Hello everyone, and we're going to be looking at the upcoming severe weather threat from today through the 7th of July. Right now we are looking at the severe weather outlook. We do have some possible severe weather threats today, July 5th. We do have a slight risk for the severe storms across portions of the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wyoming, and Montana. As you can see here, we have that slight risk in effect for today. Also, a marginal risk for those severe storms across portions around that slight risk area and down here even into Texas. You can also see some isolated severe storms possible there. You also do have other marginal risks in place. You can also see some marginal risks over here in the parts of the mid-Atlantic and northeast. At the start of here, you can also see some isolated severe storms in that marginal risk area. And also some isolated severe storms are possible across portions of the northeast over there. Here's a tornado risk, and we do have a 2% risk for those tornadoes. Definitely one or two isolated spin-ups are possible, but cannot be ruled out at this time in that green shaded area. Here's a hail risk, and we do have a significant chance over here in the kind of hatched area there. Typically see 2-inch plus size hail in that region. Up to golf ball size hail is going to be possible within this yellow region, and up to quarter size hail is going to be possible within all of these green shaded areas. Lastly, there's that wind risk, and we do have up to 60 mile per hour gusts within those storms in the yellow shaded area, and up to 40 mile per hour gusts within the storms in the green shaded areas. Tomorrow we also do have a slight risk area over here in the more northwestern part of the plains, in that slight risk area. We do also have some marginal risks in place around that slight risk area. And even down here in the mid-Atlantic, we do also have another isolated chance for some thunderstorms. There's the July 7th risk, and we also do have that slight risk for severe storms across portions of the northwestern plains. Now we're going to look at the future radar for this severe weather throughout today. Alright, so right now we are looking at the future simulated radar, as you can see here. Let's go ahead and go forward here. This is around midday. You get to around 3 p.m. You start to see some developments even over here in Minnesota, over here in the South Dakota, and Wyoming. You start to see some cell development right there. Now let's move on here, and let's get over to around 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. now. And you're seeing really widespread development across the northern plains here. This is reaching from Minnesota all the way down here to Wyoming and Montana, as you can see. Let's move on here and get to around the evening hours, around 6 p.m. Really, these are not going to be super organized. So that's why there's that slight risk around this type of area. They're not going to be very organized, as you can see here. Main threats are going to be wind and hail. An isolated tornado can also be not really ruled out at this time. Now, let's move on forward here. Let's get to around 8 p.m. and you start to see some intense cells actually in the northwestern part of Wyoming. Even in the South Dakota, you can see some pretty intense thunderstorms tonight. Late tonight, you get to around 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and this cluster of storms is kind of trying to organize, as you can see there, but it can't quite. You get to around midnight now, and those thunderstorms have pretty much turned into those cluster, not anything too organized, as you can see there. They are mostly in the North Dakota and South Dakota parts now, not very widespread. And you get to around 2 a.m. tonight, and you start to see even more developments over here now, reaching around the North Dakota and Minnesota border. You move around tomorrow at the early morning hours, 6 a.m., and those storms are still rolling through Minnesota, as you can see there. You could definitely see for that morning rush, definitely could see some strong thunderstorms. That's around 7 a.m., and you get to around 8 a.m. now. Still, those storms are still moving through, as you can see there, and even could even show some gusty winds and even some more development back here in the Dakotas. Devastating rounds around the thunderstorms are going to be possible tomorrow, as well. As you can see, we get to around tomorrow. Still, those thunderstorms are developing in that Minnesota, Dakotas area. You're going to see days and days of thunderstorms in these areas. Definitely could see some flash flooding within these. This is July 7th, or no, this is July 6th at 6 p.m. and definitely very widespread isolated showers and thunderstorms. I'm not really seeing any too organized, but definitely some very widespread thunderstorms and showers, and you definitely a few cells at 9 p.m. For July 6th. Definitely a few cells in Montana that do look quite concerning, mainly for the heavy rainfall threat. That's around 66 dBz on the high-res future radar. So definitely that cell right there, it's going to spawn in the eastern part of Montana for July 7th at 9 p.m. That could be quite concerning for the heavy rain and intense lightning threats. If you did enjoy this video, I would ask you to subscribe if you are new to the channel, and make sure to share this video with any friends or family that might be interested in watching daily weather forecasts or might even be impacted by this severe weather. Anyways, stay safe.